Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad to hear this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, a special guest here, and also giving away a lot of seafood today. So y'all pay attention. Don't fall asleep when I call out your name now. Today's weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. They're getting ready to close out the registration, so try to get wrapped up if you're taking some classes there. Go ahead and get all that stuff taken care of. Today's high 87, and it goes along with our water temperature of 87. Both air and water the same temperature today. The low is going to be 76. Look at our river reads brought to us by Sandhill Seafood right north of Bozeman on Highway 77. Be a good weekend to go get some good fresh seafood. The Apalachicola Bluntstown of 5.1 is staying pretty level. It looks like on through the weekend it's going to be level. So all the way from the dam all the way down past Howard Creek and all, the river's going to be pretty steady. The Choctahatchee at Careville at a 4.5. It's got a little bit of a drop to it. So you have a little bit of drop in water fishing in Choctahatchee out of Black Creek or wherever, going to be dropping just a little bit. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. It's got a high tide at 9:23 this morning. Now, when I give the high tide, I'm always giving a high tide right there to pass, so you have to allow for it up in East Bay or Lynn Haven at the dam, whatever, so you have to add about 45 minutes to an hour, wherever location you are. But it's going to be high tide at 9:23 and low tide will be 8:08 tonight. Great tides today and on through the weekend. Our marine forecast will be south-southwest at about 9. So that takes care of all of our marine weather. We'll take our break and we'll be right back. Welcome back, and look who's here this morning. Ronnie?
Good morning, buddy.
Good to see you. Always great to have Ronnie Groom here. The owner of I think the longest established sporting, one of the longest established sporting goods store probably in America now.
Seems like I've been there a long time.
Single owner for that long time. Okay, look, one thing I always admire about Ronnie, he just, whatever's coming out, he's on top of everything. And it goes way back to, we talked about diving days the last time he was here. But he's been a pioneer in archery. When you say, you can sit here and say you hunted with Fred Bear on St. Vincent Island, that speaks volumes to anybody who knows anything about archery. So if Fred Bear was alive today, what would he say when he looked at this stuff?
Well, he'd say he loves Panama City and this area.
Well, tell us about what's been going on and about your bow and all.
All right. Well, there's been a major improvement in bows. We've got a Raven crossbow. This is something that's fairly new. It's a new bow, and it's just amazing. It'll shoot a 3-inch group at 100 yards.
A 3-inch group at 100
yards. Now that's a long way.
It's hard to shoot a rifle.
That's what I'm talking about. I know people can't shoot a 3-inch group with a rifle. So this is an amazing piece of equipment, and it has everything. You know, it comes with 6 arrows in it. It's got 6 arrows right here. It comes with a winch that's built in. The winch, you unhook it here and stick it in the handle right here, and you can winch it up to cock it.
Wow.
And you can also unload it that way. You don't have to shoot it now. You can just take the winch and let it down. And the thing about this is this whole section right here pulls up, and the arrow does not rest on a slide anywhere. The arrow is just fastened back here and on the very tip. So there's no resistance when it comes out of there.
I see.
And it's extremely fast. It's like 400 feet a second. And it comes with a quiver in the arrows. It's got a safety on both sides for left or right-handed. And when this thing is cocked, the distance from here to here is only 6 inches. And most crossbows are like this.
Yeah.
But this thing is so narrow and so quick. And it has so many safety features, so you can't get your hand in the way of anything. And I've just been amazed with it. And crossbows are so good now, and there's so many of them. In fact, I was looking yesterday. We've got 28 different crossbows in our store. So there's quite a choice from a low-end range right on up to these types like this. And the thing about crossbows is that women can shoot them, kids can shoot them. You don't have to be a muscle man anymore to shoot a bow. And this has opened up hunting to so many people now that couldn't handle a compound or an old stick bow or anything, but they can shoot this thing. It's just like a rifle.
Yes. Well, first of all, look at the technology and the engineering and something like that. Something is marvel. I mean, you just marvel.
It's amazing, yeah.
It really is. And then every little thing about it is such intricate power and all in there. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's so many different crossbows now. We carry the Barnett and the 10-point and this Raven, and you can. There's one for everybody. I don't care, how your size-wise or money-wise. There's something that'll fit in, and this one also has a very good scope. And inside this scope, there are 8 or 9 points that gives a yardage on them.
Oh, really?
It goes up. You can shoot 90 or 80 or 60, 50, whatever. And it really kind of expands the bow hunting, and it's available to. And we're still getting a lot more people into bow hunting because of these crossbows that could not handle a regular bow. And if you need any information and want to look at them, we got the largest selection anywhere around. Come on down. We'll be glad to talk to Mark, our bowman.
Yes, he's good.
Mark knows.
Mark is good.
He knows how to work on these things, and he's a good man.
Yes, he is, and there's great help down there and all. What's fascinating to me though is it's so streamlined as you're looking at it compared to all the others.
It's just amazing how narrow this thing is. 6 inches in here from axle to axle, and that's tight. And it's just a good thing, and I'm pleased with it. Not many people are going to try to shoot that far, but you got the capability if you have a shot that far, give it a try. Plus, these things are not just for hunting, but just for pleasure shooting. I like to shoot a rifle, and I like to shoot my bow, and I like to shoot a crossbow, and it's just a good reason to get out. It's a good family sport. That's a lot of fun.
You got a good point there. Just getting out and shooting something.
That's right.
It is a lot of fun. It really is.
When I go hunting, I don't go just to bring home meat. I go just to have a good time, be with good friends, and have good food. That's what it's all about.
That's true. And speaking of good food, we're gonna do a drawing. Speaking of good food, I'm impressed with that bow.
I am too. I'm really impressed with it. I never imagined we'd get to this stage.
All right, this is going to be for Sandhill Seafood, good food, the big seafood platter up there. So Ron, I'm going to let you draw out one name, and they're going to get to enjoy a big meal up there. And that's going to be the winner is Dennis Scott. Congratulations, Dennis. All right, we're going to take a break and be right back. Okay, welcome back. It's Ronnie Groom, C&G Sporting Goods, and I did bring Ronnie. We're going to put this in your truck right here. This is a full box.
Yeah, we sold out right quick from that last box you brought.
I'm glad to hear that, and we don't have many boxes left, but he run down to C&G. I've seen a lot of folks down there call me and say, where to get it? I said, run down to C&G.
Well, you'd think they've been out a while now and the sales will slow down. I believe it's picking up.
It's staying pretty steady.
Good.
So we're going to be wrapping it up for them. We're going to run out of them. What's going to happen?
Well, you're going to have to buy some more.
No, I ain't going to buy them more. That's going to be it. We're going to be out of the book business. This retired life is killing me.
Well, I better get me a spare before you quit.
You know what? I've had someone offer to buy it. I have got like 275 left, and a person's offered to buy every one of them. But what he wants to do is make money off of them because he'll have the monopoly on them. But I wouldn't sell them to him.
No, that's a good idea, man.
Okay, so we got what else we got coming up?
We got turkey banquet.
Turkey banquet. Check this out. I'm going to be sitting at a table, and y'all going to be cooking?
Yeah.
Folks, you don't realize the amount of food they cook and the quality of food.
We'll have smoked ribs, I believe, and chicken or something like that. They're going to be really good.
Just go for the meal if you don't go with anything else. But here it is.
Good people.
It's going to be August the 10th at 6 o'clock now, downtown at First Methodist Church. And there's Ken's number. You want to get a ticket. And Ken he and Stan do a really good job with our local organization.
Good. We'd love to have them down there at First Methodist.
And you mentioned about being around the people, the outdoorsmen.
That's right. You'll love that crowd down there.
I could talk and listen for hours with those guys and ladies. And a lot of ladies down there.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of women. We have a lot of women turkey hunting.
I know it. It's fascinating. And again, we're blessed in the Florida Panhandle to have this quality of hunters and all that get together like this.
You know, we're so blessed because we've got the best hunting and the best fishing anywhere around, and the best weather, you know.
That's why you have C&G Sporting Goods been in business 150 years.
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, so speaking of, you know, that's going to be on August the 10th now. That's 2 weeks from tonight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight. And then the week after that, on the 17th, scallop season opens, and you start thinking about masks and snorkels and all that, and you've got that down there, right?
We carry all the snorkel. We carry the bags, you know, we carry the snorkels, masks, fins, all that kind of stuff, and we carry the spear guns. You can shoot mullet and things like that, and flounders, and so it's really a good time, you know, if the scalloping slows down, and get out there some fish.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because we've mentioned that before, and I see that evolving more and more now with fewer and fewer scallops.
Yeah.
We've done this before. I know you've done a lot of it. Those mullets swim by. You can get a couple
of seafood dinner.
You doggone right. And then you're going to see. So you really can get flounder, mullet, and scallops. We're going to call that the new Grand Slam, I guess, of the Bay, of St. Joe Bay. But another thing, also the little rubber things when you pull them back.
Yeah, the pole guns. We carry parts for those and points and all that too. And mast straps and stuff, you know, that you need.
Okay, and I just checked mine the other night. Mine's worn out. I'm gonna get a new one, because you don't want to pull back, have a big old mullet there, pull back, and that thing break on you. That just breaks your heart. All right, speaking of something real cool, you mentioned this last time when we showed these little bicycles with motors and all. Tell us about. Tell us about them.
That's the Rambo bike. This thing is going to revolutionize hunting. It's a bicycle that you can pedal, or you can use a battery. The battery will run you 20 miles an hour or 20 miles in length. It'll run 20 miles on a charge, and it's rechargeable. And you can also, talking to a guy that said that you could run the battery and pedal at the same time and really increase the distance you can go. And 20 miles an hour is pretty fast. You know, that's as fast as I run my four-wheeler.
That's pretty steady.
And, you know, you can, the good thing about it is you can, if you go into your stand, you know, normally you'd park a half a mile off and walk in there. Well, with this bike, you can park, get on that bike, drive it in there, and lay it down right side of your tree stand, and nothing hears you. Mm-hmm. And they make 3 different trailers for it. One will pull a kayak or something like that. One of them will carry fishing tackle, like your cooler and all, down on the beach to go fishing. Man. And the other one is an all-purpose, and you can put your deer in there and pull him out and everything, you know. And it's just, I think it's the greatest thing going.
I think that's a great idea. It has so many options on that.
Yeah.
And
it's really nice, and I think it's going to be a boon to hunting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know what the on private leases and all, that's ideal. Yeah. And then we don't know yet about the state and all, but if you ride a bicycle.
You know, like I know one place it'd be great, St. Vincent Island.
Oh, yes.
You know, all that sand, and you have to walk everywhere up there. And people have carried regular bikes in there, and I don't really see any harm that would be caused by an electric bike.
Not with electric, you know, electric motor, no.
It's no noise, and it's really quiet, and I think it'd be a good idea.
We need to check on that. That's going to be interesting.
You know, they make an attachment to put on the back of your truck to hold your bike. You just sit it in there, and I mean, it's so convenient and so easy and so quiet.
That is cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I'm excited about those bicycles.
Now, the question you have is, you have to get a his and her model.
We got to get some pink ones.
That'll be the next thing. Get some pink ones. I can see those pink ones selling real good. Okay, let's get ready to. We're going to draw some more on it. We got buddies down at Tarpon Dock, and that's right around the corner from you.
Oh yeah.
They're good about.
My favorite places.
What, you know, you've eaten a lot of fish in your lifetime. What's some of your favorite fish?
Scamp.
Scamp.
And mullet.
Scamp and mullet.
That's top of the list right there.
We had I caught a scamp on our last trip, and we had some the other night. And you know, you just stop and just taste it and all. It's special.
Yeah, that's my very favorite. But grouper and scamp, mullet.
Yeah.
You know, flounder with stuff with crab meat.
Yeah.
There's no end to it.
I'm the same way. And, you know, we're funny because everybody goes crazy over red snapper, and everybody wants to catch one. But to me, a grouper tastes better than red snapper.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But I had some red snapper the other night that was just delicious.
I just ain't taste bad now. I just said group it a little bit better. All right, here we go. Start this is going to be a $20 gift certificate, so you get anything you want. Okay, $20 gift certificate at Tarpon Dock. And that winner is going to be Shirley McDougal. Shirley McDougal, and this next draw now be for the big red snapper, which is very good to eat now.
Yeah, very good.
If you don't want it, call me or Ronnie. We'll split it. All right, this winner is going to be Anthony McGehee. Anthony McGehee. That's 3 good winners right there. All right, we're going to take our final break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back to our final segment this Friday morning. So, with Ronnie and Groom, let's do our fishing game times today, brought to us by Blue Water Outrigger in St. Joe, 12:21 to 2:21 at midnight, and then today, 12:45 to 2:45 after lunch. It's going to be hot then.
Oh, it's going to be hot. Getting shade at least.
You know, fishing this time of year, I always said July and August is 2 of the toughest months fishing, especially with artificial bait.
That's right, but I managed to make it.
A lot of folks are catching some fish, but there are not many people catching a lot of fish.
That's right. It's fair right now. And the water's right down there.
Have you? Speaking of fresh water, have you heard any reports from Howard Creek or anybody down there?
Not a lot, but people are going. But like you say, it's so hot. It's early morning, late afternoon. It's the time to go.
We were talking. I can't pull up because I haven't been quite ready. But you can fish from the bank and all. There are a lot of places down in Weewall you can fish from the bank.
Oh yeah.
And it's good fishing and all. Let's go into as the Apalachicola River goes down into Apalachicola Bay. That area down there is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, you can go down there and catch salt and freshwater at the same place. You never know what you're going to catch.
I was talking to someone the other day about why fish are so much bigger in Apalachicola Bay. It's because all of the nutrients are coming in.
That's right. That's just a real rich place.
As compared to St. Andrew Bay and really St. Joe Bay.
Yeah, and there's such a variety of fish down there, you know. You catch all those redfish, or you can catch bass and everything down in that bay.
This is our last week of July and going into August, and one of the things, getting the salt water now, the floundering is starting to picking up.
Oh yeah, flounder. You know, Ray down at the store is a flounder man, and he's been catching them.
Has he been going already?
He's going already.
Okay.
He'll go before work. You know.
He loves it.
He loves that flounder.
That's the thing about some people hooked on bass fishing or whatever, but there's a group of guys and ladies that hooked on that flounder. Yeah. Flounder fishing, they're good.
It seems like we've had a great pompano year this year.
We did.
Everybody I talked to is talking about how many pompano and how big they are.
We had a good run. I've heard rumors of some really, what's fascinating, the world record, not just the state record, the world record pompano was caught in St. Joe Bay about 18 years ago. On top, yes sir, on top. In fact, I tell you why, because I had to look it up last night, because I kept thinking to myself, that can't be a world record, but they recognized it. 8 pounds, 4 ounces. And Ronnie, it was caught on a topwater plug in St. Joe Bay.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. There was a world record brim caught up around Mariana there.
Yes, and on Monday's show, we're going over some of those world records because it's fascinating at a lot of state records in Florida or in this area too.
You remember Roy Martin used to have several records?
Yes.
Oh, Roy, he was a character, buddy.
Did you know him very well?
Yeah, I knew him pretty well.
He's in my book, and he had already passed away when I did the book and all, but he didn't have any children, but he had his nephew got his scrapbook, and the nephew showed me his scrapbook. And it was fascinating, all the world records he had.
Oh, he could tell some tales too.
He was a character. That story's in the book, and it was fascinating looking at what all he did. And that's just part of our legacy here.
That's right. We had some very famous fishermen in this area.
Yeah.
I mean, people, the quality, like cast netters. We've got people here that's just amazing. In fact, one of my boys caught a whole string of mullet last week. Really more than he wanted to clean, but we're going to have some fish fries here in the next day or so.
Well, real quick, I got a minute or two left. I know hunting season is going to be here before we know it. What should we be doing as far as hunters and all with food plots and
it's time
tree
to
stands?
start getting all this stuff ready in your food plots and decide what you want and get your fertilizer out and stuff like that. Get your tree stands up. Check your old tree stands. Make sure they're safe. I had a friend that fell the other day and a limb broke with him. You know, he had a safety line and everything, but the limb that his safety line was tied to broke. And
Oh, my goodness.
he fell 30 feet and he's still in the hospital. So be careful and just check all your equipment, you know, your guns and everything. Get them out now, clean them and make sure they're right. If you need any repairs or just be careful.
Yeah. And you hate to hear something like that because you're doing things right with a safety line. And
Yeah,
the limb
he did
broke.
everything right. So you can imagine if you don't check, if you hadn't hunted that stand since last year and you climb it open morning, you know, this nylon sometime will deteriorate and ropes and the trees growing. And one of the worst things is some of these homemade stands that they drive nails in trees and the trees growing. And, you know, it's hazardous. So let's be careful.
And those old nails will rust out over the years and all, and they'll give away and all. And a lot of people now are hunting more from ground, you know.
But still, hunting is safer than volleyball or anything like that.
Yeah, statistic-wise, it really is. It's fascinating.
Really a safe sport.
Yeah, it is. And so that's right around the corner. All right. So we got this weekend, 2 weeks, we got a turkey banquet. So y'all go ahead and start getting the food out for that. Because I know Miss Jane, how many of y'all cook by there? How many of y'all be cooking?
There'll be about 6, 8 of us, and we'll put that thing on the smoker and smoke it all night long.
Folks, it's not just a banquet, it's just a gathering and all.
It's a good time.
You don't have to be a turkey hunter. I mean, I don't hunt turkey that much, but I go in there.
A lot of them don't even know anything about it, care less. They just want to have a good time.
Yeah, go to tables and fellowship and all.
Bid things off.
And then raffles.
Yeah,
I mean, you can win some really cool stuff.
Yeah, we give away guns and all kinds of stuff down there.
Ron's always been so good about supporting these organizations. Wrap it up, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Enjoyed it.
All right. Have a great weekend, folks. Y'all get ready to have a good time yourself. And I always ask you to do something good today for your fellow man. You have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors, and God bless.
Amen.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.